An amazing sight to see. Not only them walking through our area, but the amount of people that are there to see those monks. We have video from last night. They let's show you some video. This is from last night as they got to Charlotte off of Tyvola Road. There, you see all those people.
Yeah,
a lot of people there. It is like celebrities.
Yeah.
And we've heard interviews from folks there. A few folks have gotten emotional talking about this experience. One of those people, you don't see him in the crowd there because he's probably there a little earlier, is here in studio. Chris Mulcahy, he's a familiar face here.
Hello.
I think you recognize him, Chris Mulcahy.
I've been here once before. Honestly, I want to talk about this as much as possible. And I was actually there later, and I'm so sorry. I never know how to pronounce this. It's Marion Diehl Recreation Center.
Marion Diehl. Yep.
Diehl, yeah. That's where it was. And we didn't get there for a while because we were eating. We have a toddler, a 3-year-old. But we got there, and we walked just under a mile to get there. And there were hundreds of people leaving and hundreds of people walking there when I got there. And literally, we're talking about thousands of people standing in a circle around one of these monks talking. And I couldn't see him, but I took in every single word he said, and I think that was truly one of the most life-changing speeches I've ever heard in my entire life.
Do you mind sort of kind of going through what you
100%.
heard? Yeah.
All right, so when we first got there, and I don't know what he had said earlier, he essentially was preaching mindfulness. The first thing that we did was taking deep breaths, not focusing in on making them long or short, just breathing.
Okay, breathing.
And mindfulness is one thing that I am struggling at just trying to do, and I've tried to do before, is it's literally focusing in on every second of the now. So say if you're taking a shower, you're focusing in on the water hitting your scalp, how it feels, what you're feeling at that point, not what am I going to do later today? What's that regret that I had from 3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
It's about literally each and every second. As a parent, it's about me like, hey, I'm focusing on my kid. It's not worrying, am I doing a good job? Or I have to do this later. Or what if I did that? It's literally each and every moment trying to live in that moment of peace. And one quote that I can take away is that we're not going to be able to achieve world peace until we can all achieve our own inner peace. And that one really stuck with me because all of us are so busy on the go. Yeah. And he's always telling us to slow down. And this was confusing at first, but he says that we're all distracted by our lovers. And we're like, well, he's not talking about people. He's talking about our phones. We love our phones. And the sad thing when I was there is I couldn't see, but all I saw was these screens up everywhere. And it's great to have the video.
Yeah.
But it was actually even better to kind of take it in and not be behind the screen.
Yeah.
Because there were certain things that happened. And as he's talking about mindfulness, we were supposed to be quiet, of course. I have a 3-year-old. JT did wonderful, and I'm so proud.
I think
of
he was
him.
captivated.
Yeah.
He was captivated.
He's captivated, but we kept our phones in our pockets because as parents, you're so just the first thing. I want to take a video of this.
Yeah.
Well, we turned around, just embracing this is where I'm going to get emotional, and we're on a slight hill, and JT just not coordinated was just slowly rolling down this hill. He was having the time of his life, and that's the best thing about children is that they are mindful. They live each and every moment. They have no worries.
Yeah.
So watching his joy, and I wasn't worried, oh, he's rolling and there's other people around. We just get able to take it in and see his joy.
Yeah.
And really, if you're able to take those moments bit by bit, it was almost surreal just hearing him talk. It sounds so simple, but it's so complex. But if you can do your best to try to leave the worries behind, leave the aggression behind on things, the way he referred to as don't let the tiger and the monkey in your mind control your mind. And that means the tiger is aggression. That's the thing is where he says to always think before you react. And the monkey is always the overthinking that we constantly do. Or oftentimes where we multitask. Now, Women have a hard time with this because men are terrible at multitasking. My wife will totally agree with this, especially if they're moms. It's impossible for them not to multitask thinking about everything.
Yeah.
But just even as Kim is a mom, ourselves together, there was a few moments that we looked at each other and just listening to the words and really processing it. I felt it hit my soul, man. It was. I had core memories listening to these people that they're so inspiring that they're not just walking for peace. They're also teaching people their ways for the people that really want to listen. And I'll never be the same the greatest way after listening to this wonderful man. I don't even know what he looks like because I didn't even get to see him because there were so many people.
Man, I felt that as you were saying that, because we were chatting about it earlier, and we don't live in the present.
No.
Even now, or even minutes before you walk there, I'm thinking about what I got to do before, or what I got to do after the show. What do we?
Our job.
That is our job, and sometimes it's just good to just be in the moment.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, I was saying some of this earlier on our show, and I was just listing different advice, and he said, make sure to slow down. And all of a sudden, they're like, wrap my ear, and I was like, all right, meanwhile, it's going to be 38 degrees today. And I'm going to be honest with you, it was actually disappointing leaving, because when we left, it was over. Mm-hmm. It was winding down at that point. And the cool thing is they give everyone out a prayer bracelet.
Yeah.
Wow. And yeah, we were lucky enough to actually get one. And he says, hey, there are so many people here. Not everyone's going to get one, but everyone has an invisible one on. So you both have invisible prayer bracelets on. But leaving, I felt rushed because people are behind me, like just trying to get out, just because the amount of people were there, and I was just like, you guys weren't listening to anything.
The completely opposite of way.
Yeah, I actually heard two people yelling at each other, and they used the word hate. It's so easy to get away with it because as soon as you get out of that surreal bubble, all of a sudden life hits you, and I understand.
Yeah.
Charlotte traffic, it's impossible to really be like, oh, this is great. I'm gonna slow down, but it's so easier said than done with every little bit of this, but I thought there was one other piece of advice is he says the simplistic thing you can do, and I did it on mine, is on a piece of paper write, today is going to be my peaceful day.
Yep. Perfect.
It says, I didn't do the going, I just said today is my peaceful day. But today is going to be my peaceful day, and Kim actually wrote it on the mirror, and I woke up to it in our bathroom.
Wow.
Yeah, because like we really took this seriously. There's just certain things in life that you realize is like, wow, because these people are so special. What they're doing, they're spreading word. Like the amount of people there, Nick, was crazy. So where Marion, was it Diehl?
Yeah, Diehl. Yep.
We walked about a mile to get there, so we kind of went on our own peace walk there as well. But all the side roads were crammed because everyone parked there. So you're literally talking about thousands of people in a small neighborhood that were going to see these wonderful men. Meanwhile, you have thousands of communities that are also doing the same thing. So they're impacting millions of people. For the people that want to listen, actually showing you that maybe there is hope for some peace. Now it takes everyone's individual, but it's really surreal because you see people walking, and I didn't get to see the silence, but actually we're going back around Concord. We want to see them actually walk.
I was. We mentioned this earlier, so this is a new development because I didn't know if you were going to make it to Concord. But okay.
Yeah, we're gonna just to try to see them walk, and I have to say, there's one thing they said, and they said that anger people, that people want to walk with them, and they said, don't walk with us, because they felt crowded. Because sadly, so many people, I feel honestly, want to go because they want to get a video and they want to show that they were there. Be there, be present. But they said, don't walk next to us, walk behind us. So what they're saying is, if they're walking by you along the road, have them walk by, and then you can walk in peace, in silence behind them. Just because when you're crowded, think about that. If you're closed in, they're feeling rushed.
It's uncomfortable.
Yeah, and they're not able to live their own peace as well. So that's one thing that they did pass on to the crowd, and I'm passing it on to anyone that's watching here, is that walking behind them is still with them. It's just that don't crowd them and let them do their thing. And they also have a dog with them too.
I did not know that. I didn't see the dog at all.
Yeah, so you can actually follow the dog as well. And Kim has been a big follower of this since Texas. So this is why I know all about this.
Fort
That's
Worth.
why we went. The dog actually, from where they're from, was a stray, and they would go on their daily walks, and it would follow along with them. and they ended up adopting the dog, and the dog is now here with them going on this peace walk as well.
Man, that is incredible. I'm glad you were able to experience that, not only for yourself, but you talk about, JT. I mean, he's going to remember this he's going to have some memory of this for the rest of his life. It's there. It's ingrained. Man, now you got to update me on tomorrow on what happens.
I'll be here, and truly what he says about trying to learn about trying to find peace in your day. Yeah. And peace doesn't have to be quiet. It's just about trying to live in the moment and just forget about the future, forget about the past. He said at work, just try to take 1 minute of peace, 1 minute per hour. I know it's so tough.
Come on, Carlene, you gotta do it.
I hear, like, I feel like I try to live in the moment, and I do sometimes. But as a person who, I'll be transparent here, who has ADD, the thought of just like
peace,
for like a whole minute is like to just shut off.
I made it 30 seconds. I think.
That's what I'm like. We're similar, like cut from the same cloth in that way. That we're like, we're go. This, that. Look at this thing, that thing. Like just shutting down.
And what he
all the time.
And what he actually said is, like, say if you're a carpenter. That sometimes people listen to music. Sometimes it's just about really focusing in directly on the one task. So it could be as simple as that. Yeah. So say if you're soldering, just doing the soldering, just focusing in on that, every little detail. Just trying to be entwined to every little thing, every little detail that you do. And again, I have ADHD as well. It's been nearly impossible. I'm not a changed man. Emotionally, I am. And it's so much easier said than done. It's impossible to slow down all the time. But that's what makes these guys so amazing, is because they've trained their whole lives to be this inspiring, I have to say.
Maybe Carlene is focusing, maybe like if you're writing an email, maybe it takes a minute to write an email. Yeah. And I don't know. I'm saying this to you, but I'm also saying it to myself.
It's a good starting point.
Yeah, it's a good starting point. Yeah.
Because we have this little quiet room down here. Oh, yeah. I went and sat in darkness, and then I thought it was like 2 minutes, and I thought it was like 30 seconds and stuff. So it's going to take a long time, but it's just like that moment with JT. And I find myself all the time is that you want to capture the pictures and the videos. Yeah. Sometimes it's better just to
be in a moment.
Just be in the moment, because you might forget it, but most likely it's implanted in there.
Man. And we're in the moment right now.
See, we were. You were listening.
I was there. I was in the story. I was in the moment.
Well, usually we're talking about football or weather and stuff like that, and that's why, like, I actually asked him. I was like, "Hey, can I talk about this?" Because this is a really special thing that we were able to get these inspiring people to walk through Charlotte. Yeah. And I really hope that anyone is watching still gives the opportunity, because they're making a lot of ground fast.
Yeah. I'm like, man, I didn't even. It felt like just like yesterday. We were like, oh, okay, like they still have a ways to go before they get here, and I'm like, they're moving. They're not playing any games. But I've seen so many posts. There's so much inspiration that comes from this, especially in a time where there's a lot of uncertainty. There's a lack of hope. So I'm glad that this provides hope for a lot of folks, and I'm glad outside of the what you experience with people trying to get out, it's been pretty peaceful.
No, and it overall was, and then you see different examples, and that's also another thing. It's so easy to focus on the negative in life, and that's also one thing with the world is. For everyone to find inner peace, it's never going to happen. Just because everyone is caught up in their own moments, their own world, especially like in a busy city. I just think really when it comes down to the end, if people can just at times find ways to find their inner peace, I'm still looking for mine. But if you have an opportunity, because they started walking at 7. They take a break, and I believe they're at Charlotte Motor Speedway. They ended their walk at 6 yesterday. You can follow them online. From 6 to 9, this gentleman was talking, and he was funny. Like, he was making me laugh. I didn't expect that. Yet, like, this man was so intelligent. That's all I want. I'd love to know what he looked like. But his words were like stuck with me. Like I said, I didn't write anything down at the time. That's just everything that I just remember that is almost implanted there. No, I did write it down today just in case I did forget because I'm a goldfish. But at the moment, so I'm just here to say, even if you can't, there's other videos. Continue to follow their journey because it's inspiring. I've never seen anything like this before.
Me neither. Yeah.
And we are so lucky that Charlotte got to be part of the journey.
A great start to the year.
Heck yeah, man.
A great one of those things that we're gonna look back and be like, man, we started 2026 with this.
Talking about a good omen, right here.
I forgot, Chris. Are you doing weather for us? I know we were just talking about living in the moment.
No.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure. I had to ask.
It's about peace.
I didn't want to be.
You're thinking too far ahead.
I didn't want to say peace, Chris, and then Chris is like, what? So I just wanted to give an open space.
No, I wanted to come in here and just be mindful Mulcahy for once.
Yeah.
No, and that's the intention. But I wanted to create space.
No, I appreciate it.
So there you go. See, I was listening. I was listening.
You were listening. Yeah, and we brought it up about like the overactive minds. Like sometimes we're always kind of passively listening sometimes in our day-to-day just because you are always kind of thinking about something.
Yeah, for sure.
So thanks for listening. I appreciate it, guys. I felt heard. And hopefully you pass some of that along. Start with 1 minute and see if you can build that mindfulness from there. Again, I'm up to 30 seconds, so I'm not a good example, but do your best.